No definitive ranking of horror exists, only files, victims, and numbers requiring caution. This documentary examines 7 cases without glorifying perpetrators or turning crime into spectacle. Some numbers come from convictions, others from confessions, investigations, or still disputed estimates. The question is not who was worse, but how they kept killing. London, 1888. Whitechapel faced crushing poverty, overcrowding, and a press hungry for scandal. 5 women form the most widely accepted group attributed to Jack the Ripper. The killer was never identified, and surviving evidence cannot conclusively close the case. Dubious letters, savage headlines, and endless suspects turned real murders into global legend. The famous nickname eventually overshadowed the names and lives of the murdered women. The case shows how mystery expands when investigation loses ground to enduring myth. Chicago, 1890s. Herman Mudgett became H. Holmes and created his lasting legend. He was a swindler, manipulator, and killer. Newspapers exaggerated his famous murder castle. Holmes confessed to 27 murders, although several people in his account remained alive. Modern historians consider a much smaller total plausible, near 9 likely victims. His proven conviction concerned Benjamin Pittersall within a carefully planned insurance fraud scheme. Holmes reveals another cruelty, creating lies powerful enough to outlive established historical facts. United States, 1970s. Ted Bundy used respectability, deception, and movement across state lines. Separate investigations struggled to connect disappearances occurring across multiple different jurisdictions. Bundy escaped custody twice and eventually joined the FBI's National Most Wanted Fugitives list. Before execution, he admitted over 24 murders. The total may be higher. His public image fed a dangerous myth, mistaking charm for humanity or innocence. The Bundy case strengthened interstate cooperation, behavioral profiling, and ways to share information. Soviet Union, 1978 to 1990. Andrei Chikatilo operated near railways and wooded areas. Victims included women, girls, and boys, many vulnerable or traveling completely alone. Police errors, institutional pressure, and limited forensic analysis prolonged a chaotic investigation. A man had already been convicted and executed for a crime later attributed to Chikatilo. Chikatilo was arrested in 1990 and found guilty of 52 separate murders. The case exposed the deadly cost of protecting systems instead of recognizing patterns. England. Harold Shipman did not stalk alleys. He treated patients as a doctor. His position provided access, authority, and the ability to make deaths appear natural. He was convicted of 15 murders, but an inquiry examined decades of deaths. The inquiry concluded he killed at least 215 people across 24 years. The pattern stayed hidden because each death seemed isolated within a medical relationship. Afterward, Britain strengthened controls over death certification, medication, and professional monitoring of doctors. Colombia, 1990s. Luis Garavito traveled across regions seeking children living in vulnerable conditions. He used harmless identities and exploited poverty displacement, and weak institutional protection. Similarities among disappearances finally allowed numerous scattered and forgotten cases to be connected. After his 1999 arrest, he confessed to murdering over 190 children. Exact totals still vary across confessions, prosecutions, convictions, and finally, identified remains. His case also concerns victims made invisible by poverty, distance, and institutional abandonment. United States, 1970 to 2005. Samuel Little mainly targeted marginalized, poorly protected women. Many deaths were classified as overdoses, accidents, or completely undetermined causes. Decades later, DNA, databases, and interviews connected killings separated across enormous geographic distances. Little confessed to 93 murders. The FBI verified 50 and considered others credible. His drawings helped reconstruct identities and locations that official case files had lost. The case confirmed a truth. Some killers rely on victims nobody will count. These men were not supernatural monsters. They exploited human, institutional, and social failures. Disconnected jurisdictions, prejudice, and ignored victims recur repeatedly throughout these case files. Remembering perpetrators matters less than remembering those erased by their terrible, violent crimes. Real closure begins when society recognizes patterns before they become established, recorded history. If you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe to Black Dossier. I'll see you in the next dossier, if you're willing to see what's inside.